What's up, guys? This is Dim, and we're going to be doing a little bit of boosted LFR while we talk about the news and things happening around World of Warcraft and other Blizzard things. Quite frankly, there really hasn't been much news lately coming out of World of Warcraft, which is kind of a little alarming considering that the Warlords of Draenor beta should be somewhere around the corner, hopefully. Considering that there was a stat posted that this will definitely be by far the longest time that we are stuck on the same content at 5.4. So hopefully there's going to be this massive info dump that people are waiting for. The one thing that they did do, I think, to kind of smooth things over, because initially they said they weren't going to do it, is they turned on cross-realm rating for normals and heroics. Initially, they said that they couldn't split up the two between normal and heroic, so they weren't going to do it at all. However, it seems like they went ahead and backed out of that and just allowed both of it, which personally I think is perfectly fine because it actually gives guilds a good time to work with other players to see how their recruiting is going to be for Warlords of Draenor. If they would think that they might go from, a 10-man heroic to a 20-man mythic, it gives them the opportunity to do so without having to transfer your characters for a tryout, which is pretty nice. But other than that, there really hasn't been much on the World of Warcraft news. As you know, Reaper of Souls went live last night to pretty much full success. That was a really seamless patch where they just needed to flip the switch and on it went. So, with news kind of out of the way, I kind of wanted to get something off my chest a little bit. As you see here, I'm just doing a standard LFR with my boosted warrior, which is running at about 3/4 PvP gear and some random mix of PvE gear that I got from LFR. So I am really kind of under-geared and off the curve where I should be gear-wise. However, as you'll see with the damage meters, I'm actually not doing too bad. But what I wanted to talk about was LFR in general handling the boosted level 90 characters, what you should and shouldn't do. This particular LFR went from start to finish, and it was kind of rocky. We had some issues with tanks, healers, and damage across the board. And I'm not saying that one was worse than the other, it's just that everyone was pointing fingers at everyone. Quite frankly, you guys know me already, that I am a really calm, collected guy. I don't like to rage, I don't like to vent. So I just wanted to go over a couple things. For starters, if somebody asks about a mechanic in a fight or how to play their specific class in a fight, don't rage at them and call them noobs. Answer the silly question, because they want to know how to do the fight. Wouldn't you rather them learn and ask from somebody that definitely knows how to do it, rather than just go in there blind and screw it up? I can't tell you, I've seen a number of times where people have asked simple questions like, I've done this in melee, how do I do this with ranged? And people will just bash them for absolutely no reason. Help them out. You can only get so far with a guide. If this is their first time in LFR, and they just want to make sure they got everything right with that specific role, answer it for them. Same thing with tanks. If a tank asks, how many stacks, just to confirm, should I taunt at 3 stacks? Answer the question. Don't say, kick this guy, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's in crappy gear. Everybody's in crappy gear in LFR, because if you're in full LFR gear, what are you doing in LFR? Go do flex. Everybody's there to kick gear. So, everybody should just kind of keep a little bit better attitude towards things. Now, on the other side, when you are playing with a boosted character or a fresh level 90, whether it be boosted or not, you should go in there with some sort of knowledge of the fight, whether for that particular role. Try to at least get some sort of idea for what you're supposed to do, or even the mechanics of your class. I posted a video previously on some basic things to learn your rotation. You shouldn't go in there as a tank and stand in front of a mob and ask and not be sure how to pull a mob. With a warrior, you don't even know whether you charge in or walk right up. You should have a basic understanding of your class. Asking questions is one thing, but having a basic understanding is another. Now, the other thing is that, yes, if you're in the boosted gear that they give you the greens, this may not apply. But once you start getting epics, please at least reforge the gear. It's really not well optimized for the spec that you're in. Give it a quick reforge and throw on some cheap enchants on there. It makes a big difference and also makes you look a lot more presentable. So spend the time in a little bit of gold because you're going to earn it back in LFR anyway. So why aggravate people by not having your gear where it should be? Also, Repair your gear before you join LFR. If you have one wipe and you're asking for Jeeves, you're doing it wrong. Everybody kind of has a responsibility to, one, be a little bit more forgiving, and at the same time, be also a little bit prepared and put forth just a little bit of effort. Nobody's expecting you to go ahead and kill Heroic Garage. That's not what this is about. LFR is about getting gear, and if everybody can just be kind of understanding of each other, it'll be a whole lot smoother than what we see right now, because this LFR was really, really, really rough. As far as people kind of bad-mouthing each other and I think there was probably about 6 different vote to kicks. And I'll be honest, I actually wiped the raid when we first started because there was a completely empty platform because everybody stacked on top of the tank and they were about to pull. So I went over to an empty platform in a rush, and yeah, I heroic leaped and pulled the boss by accident. But I immediately apologized, and people seemed at first to be okay with that because, you know, I said, listen, it was completely my fault. Truthfully speaking, I think that the start of that fight isn't that intense that it couldn't have been recovered from, but nevertheless, it was completely my fault, and I took the blame for it. So don't go blaming other people, or, you know, I could have said, well, why didn't anybody line up there, and why were you about to pull? No, listen, it was my fault. Go ahead. And I felt kind of stupid about it afterwards, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, take some pride in your character, and remember, everything you do, even in WoW, is a direct reflection of you in some sort of way. So don't be a tool. I mean, I don't know. The WoW community as a whole is generally pretty awesome. Sure, there's some bad apples, but we're all here to have fun. I mean, it's a game, right? Especially in this lower level stuff that we're talking about. This is all super casual stuff. It's not worth getting yourself worked up over. So, anyhow, take that for what it is. You guys might bash me and say level 90 boosted characters at the end of WoW and the end of days, and oh my god, you're gonna kill the game by saying that. But if everybody gets along, it's just a better place, a better time for everyone. Don't rage. There's no reason to. This is your escape, not your punching bag. Anyhow, this has been Dim. This is my boosted LFR with some news. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget that we got a giveaway going till the end of the week. So go ahead and leave a comment on that video for a chance to win some cool prizes. Follow me on Twitter @DimDoes, and I'll see you guys in Azeroth. Bye.